In the following video, we will demonstrate how to set up recipes in the production module. In our current version, we have made adjustments to our production module to ensure that you can produce recipes either by entering unit quantity amounts needed or instructing the module to produce by the recipe, meaning you've set up the recipe to produce batches of bulk units. Let's create these recipes in our setup sheet for our production module. In Pilot Admin, click on Production. Let's start by creating a recipe. Select Setup to enter your recipe details. First, click on Add and enter the master file name of the item that will be created from this recipe. Next, select and click on the Ingredients block next to the Recipe block. The first thing to note is you would need to instruct the system what the yield would be when following this set recipe. You can now either decide to create a recipe by the unit, or you can decide to enter a batch recipe. Let's create both so we can see the difference between the two when producing stock. Firstly, we will create a single unit recipe. In this example, the recipe creates one portion of chicken wings. Next, click on Add and select and add all your ingredients needed for this recipe and enter the quantity amounts needed. When done, click on Save to save your work. Then click back on the recipe block and let's create another recipe now, which we will use to see how the system produces and works with batch recipes. Click on Add to add the recipe item. Then click on the unit block to produce first. In this example, we will instruct the system to create 5 liters worth of barbecue sauce. Then click on the ingredient block below and start adding and enter all of your ingredients and ingredient quantities. And when done, select Save and close the setup screen. With your recipe set up, you are now able to use your production module.